Hey, so the reason why I'm doing this video is to testify. Please let me testify. They accuse me, please let me testify. The craziest thing about what's going on in this time is being provoked. This is like a time where you're always provoked. You're trying to live right. You may be trying to live righteous. You may be trying to do what you have to do. But you're being provoked. When looking at Adam and Eve's situation and realizing that they were surrounded by God's children who He left in charge to watch over them, and they began to play God with them. They began to manipulate. We're dealing with a society today where people are not really in charge, but they're trying to keep up mischief and keep up problems with you, keep you from progressing, keep you from growing, keep you from happy. This is a time where I've realized that my enemies didn't want me to have. And I'm a very strong person, like everything my own. That's a personality trait of mine. Everything my own. I like my own everything. But in this season, God took me through a season where nothing was my own. Can you imagine how that is? Nothing's your own. And then you have demonic situations going on. You have people constantly trying to get money out of you, and you don't have any money. And when I say people constantly trying to get money out of you, in my area right now, we're dealing with terrorist attacks. Like, they're using like the court system and the legal system to do a lot of dirt, using judges' names to do phony court cases, fraudulent behavior, pretending to be law enforcement situations. We have like false police officers, false judges, false everything. They're doing like the whole, cause damn, I don't know what this is. And then we're dealing with phone compromise, where our phones are tapped and they're intercepting phone calls from you, trying to stop you from getting jobs, trying to stop your growth, trying to stop your progress, trying to stop a lot of stuff. If you don't go directly to the job, you won't have a job. And that's the sad part about it. If you don't go directly to the people and talk to the people, they don't even know that half of the stuff that they be sending out, we don't even get it. 911 system compromised. We are going through so many things that provoke you into anger and with no remedy. And I started to realize that all these things are because we are so far from God. Like, seriously. And we're taught small sins that become big sins. And this is what my sermon's going to be on this week. Because we're living a simple and godly life at the same time. A lot of us are really living this sinful, godly life at the same time. And when I say a simple, godly life, it's like, okay, you got gay preachers now. Yeah, it's getting real. Okay, that minor sin, but I'm married. I'm doing everything else in order, but I'm committing blasphemy, which means I'm blaspheming God. But everything else is spotless, it's immaculate. But that one sin is stained. That one sin keeps you from getting where you want to get to. That one sin keeps your prosperity from actually becoming prosperous, keep you from becoming prosperous. That one sin stops a lot of different things, and this is the stuff that we don't talk about. I was living a godly but sinful life. I worked in law enforcement for some time, corrections part, and I was living a godly but sinful life. Like, I got a boyfriend, committing adultery with, I'm sleeping with him, and these sins became blinding. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same as the gay preacher. You know what I'm saying? The gay preacher has maybe a boyfriend and he is a male, or a girl and she's a girl, or whatever the case may be. So it's just as sinful as them, although I'm with the opposite sex. I'm just as sinful as them, and the same blindness that they're suffering from, I'm suffering from too. So a lot of times we're looking at these small sins and we're saying, hey, they don't matter that much. And then we're going through attack. But we're like, okay, well, we're godly, but we're sinful. We're going through attacks. We can't see the attacks, and we can't see the attacks because we haven't removed the mold from our eyes. We haven't removed the beam from our eyes. We haven't removed anything from our eyes because we haven't went through the steps in the process of the commandments of God to actually remove these things and these stumbling blocks that are constantly in our way, and now we're being attacked. And when we're being attacked, God is teaching us a process of dealing with our attackers, but we can't even receive the message. We can't receive the message because the message says something totally different. I mean, in this season, I don't know how to say it. In this season, with everything that I have been through, more and more I'm like, I really don't want people around me. It's not that I'm funny acting. It's not that I don't like anybody. It's just the fact that, look, I'm tired of people coming around me hurting me. I'm tired of going through drama. I'm tired of seeing abuse. I'm tired of what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I'm tired of it, and then you all don't want to fix it. You don't want to fix your problems. You don't want to fix your sins. You don't want to fix anything, and I'm in a fixing stage of my life where everything's not going to say fix. I'm going to destroy some things that has to be destroyed and remove some things that have to be removed and restructure some things that have to be restructured in order for my overall progress. Overall progress, because we're getting false and phony success stories. And a lot of times we are able to receive false and phony success stories because they're false and they're phony, but they don't tell you what all they did to actually, get clear certain things. We got so much going on where we're battling demons, and these demons have conquered for so long. We're battling demonic possession because right now we're going through things that are illuminary or illumination. These people are studying and doing research on how they can keep more trauma and drama in your life. They're doing all this stuff to keep you docile. Because when you're dealing with drama, you become dumbfounded with the drama. If you're not the type of person to actually have a thought process of staying away from it, or a thought process of, okay, I'm incorporating God into my life where these dramas are not as impactful. We're dealing with family trauma because that has to come out. We're dealing with past traumas because we're trying to figure out what's the motive behind why people feel some kind of way about us, and we have no memorization of what took place. No matter whether we were the good guy or the bad guy, we have no memorization of it. We have the bad guy who's reigning in between it because there's, I don't know how to put it, it's a medium point where you're doing stuff right, but you're receiving bad repercussions constantly. And it becomes very overwhelming. And then now we're dealing with people that want to eat off of you. Now, God has gave me an abundance for myself, so much that I can probably feed or take care of 2 people or just myself if that's all the necessity it requires. But in this season, we're not even giving that. Because to be totally honest with you, I fight every day to keep a roof over my head. Nobody knows how I feel about that. I'm paying rent to a family member, and I'm still fighting so that I can have a head covering or a cover over my head. I'm fighting every day so that I can actually afford medication that I can't afford or afford to see a doctor. I can barely afford food because food is very expensive. But when I do buy, I try to buy smart so that I can afford to take care of myself and others if need be. Like if I have another person, I can take care of them and myself, or I try to buy at least a little bit smart where, like, if it's 99 cents, I'm going to buy 2 of it. I can't get too out of control. Honestly, I went to the store yesterday and spent, I think that was $120, and I don't even see the number of bags. The bags was like so, all I had was like a case of water, a fan, which was like $20. A case of water, $5, and 5 something, I think. And case of water, fan, and a few bags. Honestly. And I felt like, what's the use, you know? Sometimes we get angry, and then you have to now you have to go deal with other people who are toxic, and they starting to get on your nerves because they're toxic. So now I had to deal with a dude that calls himself had like a little vendetta, and I've been noticing like he's been shady every time, like he has to drive me somewhere because I'm using like this program that the area uses where it's like door-to-door service, and every time I get this one driver, he has an issue. Like he can't like do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's in his feelings, but he don't know the more he's in his feelings, the more pissed off, mad I'm getting about people coming around me and not having my best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? You drive buses, a public service. This is a public service. You drive, but when you driving it, you got the nastiest attitude, like you don't want to service the people, or you don't want to be a servant to the people. Then don't. Get the hell out of the business. Get out of the service. If you're not happy, get out of the service. But I understand you got bills to pay, so I suggest you do what everybody else do, and just smile through it and try to pretend like everything's okay, even if you're breaking. And that's the hard part, because every day I feel like I'm breaking. Honestly, I feel like I'm breaking, especially with me not sinning and going through the attacks that I'm going through with these sodomites. Because these sodomites is something serious. They believe in hoism real hard. They believe in that homosexual hoism lifestyle and all kinds of other stuff. Theft, all kinds of other stuff. So I'm going through attacks real hard because I'm straight flamboyant about it. It's like just taking a stand for myself, taking a stand for others that can't even take a stand for themselves, because sometimes we're so docile because of sin that we can't even take a stand for ourselves. You know, and the enemy trying to constantly, you know, play head games like, oh, I'm in charge, I got control, and stuff like that of you, and all kinds of stuff, and you probably just like at that breaking point, you just tired of them, you know, like I am. And it's like these constant attacks just starting to piss me off. I don't know how else to say it, because a lot of times they do like, you're using strong words. You know, you're a woman of God and you're using these strong words. And, you know, it's unacceptable in Christianity and stuff like that. And I understand where you're coming from, but right now, to be totally honest, I'm surprised I'm not using stronger words. With everything that I'm going through, my license was suspended the other day for no reason at all. Courts was like, you didn't pay your child support. I say, how I didn't pay my child support? So I had to file a motion, send them all the receipts I have paid my child support, which they already had documentation of. They're garnishing my wages. They got all these documentation of this stuff. And I'm sitting up and I'm like, well, why is y'all bothering me so much? And they're using like the legal system. They're using stuff that most people don't usually go up against the legal system. But I'm starting to feel like it's a time that we have to now start to challenge the laws of things and the natures of things, because a lot of things been just going on and it's just making me more and more angry without challenging it. Because my challenge is me filing a motion, putting it in there, but then we sitting up here, we talking to phony judges who sitting up there saying that they're a woman and they're a man. So how does a man clear a motion and I was supposed to see a woman judge? But you use the woman judge name to clear everything, and I'm just tired of the circus and the ishgosh wishgosh foolishness that go on. You know, I don't even know how to say it. Just some foolishness that's just going on and attacking the people to throw the people off, to keep them docile, to keep them, just angry and docile, to keep them at that point. And I'm just sick and tired of it, and I'm trying to sit up here and I'm trying to function amongst this. Really, I don't even make enough money to do half the stuff I want to do. Honestly, if I had the money like I want, things would be totally different. Half of the stuff I want to do, I don't even have the revenue to do, because somebody's always needs something. And when I say somebody always needs something, it ain't my kids. My kids come straight. My kids come ask me for something, they good. It's other stuff that's trying to just take out my pocket. And these are supposed to be services that's supposed to be helping people, but they destroying us. And I'm like, what type of mess is this? It's so much. And see, I'm doing my testaments because a lot of times we don't talk about the attacks, like how I was attacked a couple of years ago, and it's the same legal system, and now it's coming right back up again, and it's the same stuff, like the same cycles and stuff. Then how you're sitting up there and you're trying to work through all kinds of situations. You feel tired, frustrated, upset. You know what I'm saying? I don't have money like I want to have money where I can do what I want to do. But yet it's still like I hate haters because they mad because my clothes smell good. And I'm going to be real with you. Half of the time I don't smell good because I'm sitting up here, I'm dealing with all kinds of issues. When I say all kinds of issues, I'm talking about bladder control issues. I'm trying to control my bladder and stuff like that. Irregular, like I can pee 1 minute and then 5 minutes later I gotta pee again. I'm dealing with a lot of different stupid stuff that I know I shouldn't have to deal with, but I know there's other corporates behind it. And I'm just fed up. I don't know if anybody else feels fed up. And then the only thing that motivated me while I'm going through all of this, God says, he who endures to the end will receive the reward. So endure it out, fight to the end. And that's the only encouragement I have with your pleading on the scriptures of God, just knowing, don't worry about it. Just wait it out. When the end comes, I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to deal with it and stuff like that. Sad part, I don't know what I would do if the end comes and he don't, because I'm going Taliban. I ain't going to even lie. I'm going straight Taliban. You best to believe it. God bless.